Hello, my name is Arthur Chadwik. I'm a senior in the mechanical engineering program at VCU, and this is my mechatronics final project. In terms of the project prompt, we were told to design a system that would take sensor input from two sensors and output a certain actuation or rotation or some type of action based on those inputs. We would do this through an Arduino microcontroller and using an Arduino software programmed by ourselves. A status indicator was also used to show the status of either a sensor or the actuator. In terms of my personal objective for this project, I wanted to allow only people who did not have a fever to go into another room. So if you've ever seen healthcare workers or other types of workers checking people's temperatures at the front of a door to go into like a CVS or something. This design would automate that process without the human involved. So a person would walk up to this and their temperature would be checked, and then the door would either stay closed or open if they did not have a temperature. In terms of major components, like I said, we've got the microcontroller, LCD screen, ultrasonic sensor to check the distance from the person. We've got a potentiometer, thermistor to check the temperature, servo motor, which is the actuator, and then we've got a battery pack, two resistors, and a breadboard. In terms of the final design, as you can see here, we've got a closed system, thanks to the battery pack here. If you look, this is mounted to a door and a wall. So if you can imagine, the ultrasonic sensor is sensing the distance from the person, and then there's a thermistor on the breadboard that the person would touch or breathe on, etc., to check the temperature. It must be within a certain range of values in order to rotate that orange bar, cantilever bar right there, up out of the way so it will allow the door to move. In terms of a final schematic, I bought Fritzing and created this. I really liked how it cleanly created those schematics, like from the lab reports. Here's a video demonstration. I'm going to mute it because I do not know if there is audio from it, but I can hear. Anyway, so I am pointing at the different sensors. We have an ultrasonic sensor on the left, checks the motion and how far I am away from the door. Have this servo motor that rotates 90 degrees and allows the door to open. There is also a thermistor that I will show briefly in a little bit. As you can see, the LCD screen is alternating between temperature and distance constantly. So now we'll show you how it works. I'm breathing on it to show that it needs a temperature within a certain range of values that I've programmed. And now I can open the door, as shown here. Now that is the video demonstration. In terms of the code, I'll go through it really quickly. We first establish certain code names for each pin I want to use on the Arduinos. On the Arduino, I do a void setup, which runs through an initial, all right, here is this pin, this is this pin, clears the LCD screen, and then I do a void loop that floats the temperature and as well as it creates an integer value for the distance. So as you can see here, we go down through the reading values of those, and then we only, as seen here, we only open the door if the temperature is greater than or equal to 22 degrees Celsius or less than that. That is because 38.5 3 degrees Celsius is the definition of a low-grade fever. We don't want that. So we don't want people going through that door. And you also need to be within a certain distance from the door so that there's no faulty data or making sure that you're close enough. Um, so it actuates the motor. And if that is not the case, it does not do anything. It just doesn't power it. And then this is lastly some information needed to use the ultrasonic sensor. And thank you. That is my final project.